Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Hall of Fame Kane's Wrath cast in the north of the map as the cyan marked of Kane. It is Voddy. And sliding to the bottom of the map as the orange nod vanilla. It is best friend ever, aka Khufu. And we are on the map Tournament Dust Bowl for another Hall of Fame match. This match is from the 18th of May 2009. This replay is over 13 years old, and as you can see, obviously, we are on the poker edition of the map. I think the no poker version is about 10 years away from even being made when this game was played, so it is marked of Kane and Nod on the vanilla 1.02 patch on the vanilla Tournament Dust Bowl. And Khufu and Voddy, obviously two of the legends of early Kane's Wrath. And obviously, in 2009, the meta will have been completely different. So I'll be very interested to see how this game plays out. Now, luckily for me, both players picked their faction, so I do not know who wins this game, which a lot of the time when I cast a replay, I do have an inkling into who I think will win the game. But due to both players having picked their faction, I actually don't know who uploaded the replay. Now we do see a bike rush coming out from Voddy, heading straight down into Khufu's base. Khufu doesn't have anything for this. He hasn't scouted. He did have a raider buggy up, but I'm not sure where that's gone. Scorpion tank does come out. That Scorpion tank is taking a lot of damage from these bikes. The bikes are going to start to make a move here. There's another bike coming in as well, so it's 4 bikes onto one Scorpion tank. The Scorpion tank's behind the war factory. This Harvester looks like it is going to go down here. 2 Scorpion tanks trying to hold the line. Oh, that tower! That power line tower there really messed with the pathing of that Harvester. And unfortunately, one Harvester does go down for Khufu. Voddy gets away. I think he lost 2 bikes? Yeah, he lost 2 bikes. This buggy is still running around. I don't think he should be sending it into the bike, so yeah, you just lose it. So, that early bike... And he actually sold off a refinery here, Khufu. I'm not sure about that, because obviously the refinery, $3,000. You're only getting $500 back, so you've lost $2,500. I mean, you get a militant, so $2,300 realistically. Is a militant worth $200 this early in the game? Probably not. 4th Harvester comes out, and he's not even close to another refinery. Voddy, in the meantime, has got his 4th Harvester out, and he's actually working on another building here, and that's not another power plant, so probably a second war factory, but possibly even a tier 2. Maybe we're going to see early flame tanks from Voddy. The bikes are trying to make another entrance into the base, but Khufu is able to hold out with his bikes here. And the bikes will continue to make a move. Trying to pick off a Harvester here. He may lose a bike, though. Let's have a look. Let's get the health bars on. Well done by Khufu. He pulls down that Scorpion tank back home to base. And this refinery, slowly but surely, going to get up. Second War Factory. Yeah, as we said, Second War Factory comes out. We've got 4 bikes on the field. Did Khufu see that? He did, so he knows there's 2 war factories, so he knows he's going to be forced onto the defensive here. Scorpion tanks are probably going to be the answer. He's not going to be able to get out enough bikes. Yeah, Scorpion tanks are going to continue to be produced by Khufu. And he's going to be stuck on the defensive for a little while here, but if he's able to deny damage to be done... Oh my god, that splash there on those Scorpion tanks was really nice for Voddy. He's going to probably come in and snipe another Scorpion tank straight down, and this Scorpion tank, I'm not sure where he's going. Big reverse move bug from that Scorpion tank. Another Scorpion tank goes down. Only 1 bike has gone down so far. Buggies are reinforcing now to tank some of the damage, but Voddy's not actually achieving any economic damage here. This Harvester needs to be microed around again. That light tower pole... Oh, no, not light tower. Power line pole. Getting in the way. Notice that no tip spikes have been taken so far as well, so there's no economic advantage for either side there, but another Harvester has gone down. Oh, I thought that Harvester was off the line, but no, it's docking in the side of the refinery. And Voddy is on the way to an expansion. Second War Factory down for Khufu as well now. So Khufu with the double War Factory Scorp tank production. He actually has just built that Harvester. That Harvester might get sniped straight out of the War Factory here. Voddy goes for it. He's going to get another Harvester here. He's probably going to pay with a lot of bikes though. 3 bikes have gone down. Will he lose any more? No, he might get away. Wow, lucky. He does lose that buggy, but only 3 bikes go down for another Harvester. Really good trades here for Voddy. And he has been able to establish his own expansion in the meantime. But this ball of Scorpion tanks is starting to clump up, and he is being forced to produce his own Scorpion tanks to deal with the Scorp threat that Khufu does have. Veterancy on that Scorpion tank. And these tanks are going to retreat back to base. They don't want to get caught out of position or have the harvesters be caught out of position and lose even more economy. Tier 2 is down for Voddy, so he's going to be looking to get that Dozer Blades upgrade. Maybe even a few Flame Tanks. I wouldn't mind seeing a few Flame Tanks come out from Khufu. Oh, sorry, from Voddy or Khufu, honestly. Maybe that could be a way for Khufu to try and get back into the lead economically. I mean, he is behind. He does see the bikes coming in. I'm not sure how he saw them. Maybe just a hunch. Does he have a militant up there? No, it doesn't look like it. But he is going to pull back the harvesters. Lost mining time still hurts, and Voddy doesn't lose any units for that. So, again, even though he's not able to kill any harvesters, that's still a nice little bit of economic damage that he was able to achieve there. Now, Voddy obviously knows that the Scorpion tanks are here. If he had a second group of units, which he does, moving in on the left-hand side, he might be able to catch Khufu a little bit out of position. And look at this. Voddy's going to play this really nicely. He sees that the Scorpion tanks have retreated and he's going to move back in on this right-hand side. Here we go. The bikes are going to come in. This expansion's undefended. Again, the Harvester pool is good from Khufu, but one of them does get left behind. And the pathing there may just cost him. He's going to get at least one Harvester here. This Harvester was stuck docking in the refinery. Oh, I tell you what, it might get away. It might get away. No, it'll go down now. Two bikes go down, another Harvester goes down. He may even lose a second Harvester here. Oh, Voddy, don't forget about it. Yeah, there we go. He's going to get it. I'll tell you what, Khufu is on the back foot big time here. His Scorpion tank numbers are much better, but there's a second refinery down for Voddy. Wow, that is huge. But the Scorpion tank numbers, yeah, they are definitely on Khufu's side. Although Dozer Blades is done for Voddy. Engineer coming out, so he's probably going to be looking to try and take this Tiberium spike. Does need to be careful. There is a militant squad there, which could, or even that Raider buggy, but he's not. He's probably going to die. In the meantime, Dozer Blades is on the way for Voddy, or for Khufu, sorry, but oh, he's not in a good position, is he? He's only got 5 harvesters. He's rebuilt that one. And he's going to go back into Scorp production. He actually sold off one of his war factories. He's not going for another refinery. I tell you what, Voddy looks like he's in an absolutely commanding position here. I mean, if this is a tier 3 and he goes for laser capacitors and a tier 4 to click Khufu, I'm not really sure how Khufu comes out of this alive. Voddy's going to push straight down the middle here. But Khufu is... Oh, wait, no, he's mock. He can't go for lasers. Never mind. Ignore that. Voddy is marked of Kane. He cannot get laser capacitors. Tier 2 is almost about to finish Dozer Blades. So Dozer Blades does come down. Radar jamming missile being fired off. Stealth tanks coming out. Interesting choice when you're versus Nod Vanilla. But we'll see what he has in mind there. No chem plant on the way here for Voddy. He's deciding to just go for this attack here. Nice concave here by Khufu. So he's going to try and use positioning to get his advantage back in this match. Would like to see him sell off one of these refineries again, maybe. Needs to try and get every dollar he can to set up that expansion. But this is going to be a fight that's starting here. And look at the positioning from Khufu. It's really good. He's surrounding the tanks here from Voddy very nicely. And that was a really nice move there by Khufu. Able to sort of concave in around the forces from Voddy. Voddy's going to continue the chase here though, but he definitely has inferior numbers. I'm not sure about this. The bikes are also on the front line. You don't want the bikes on the front line. This is not a good fight for Voddy to be taking. Yeah, and Voddy realizes he's going to push back now. He knows he cannot take that. We can see on the mini-map he's actually taken both Tiberium spikes as well, so he's got a big economic lead over Khufu. Khufu still hasn't established a refinery here. He's gone for another war factory instead. Well, I'm not sure about that. Very interesting choice there. This tip spike is going to get focused down by Khufu. Tip core is done. We know there's stealth tanks out and around somewhere. Bikes are coming out. Second refinery is down. Jeez, if there was a catalyst... Oh my god, look at the stealth tank spam. They got to run straight into these bikes. So, I mean, Khufu is going to see it. But he's going to be like, what the hell is this? There's, what, 7 stealth tanks? He's actually going to try and focus down the war factory. Oh my god, this is almost 10 grand worth. No, it's more than 10 grand worth of production into stealth tanks, I think. Yeah, so he's going to have to make these work. That's a big investment. Refinery comes down. I'd still like to see. I mean, 1 catalyst missile in this game is probably over. I don't know if these guys maybe had a gentleman's agreement not to use clicks. I would be surprised if they did back in 2009. Especially because tip wars was still very prevalent back in these days where clicks were completely broken. Secret Shrine comes down. The stealth tanks are sort of being pushed back here. And Obelisk of Light, I don't know why he's fighting this. This is not a good fight for him to take, although the stealth tanks have been dwindled down. There's only 2 of them left. Scorpion tanks on the right-hand side for Voddy are going to make a move in. There's an elite bike here, which is just chilling out. Not sure about that there. That's going to die. Enlightened comes out here. Good choice, actually. Doesn't have supercharged particle beam, but Enlightened are a really good choice against what's here. They can't... Oh, no, they can be crushed. Dozer Blades is done, but obviously they do a lot of DPS, and there's no anti-infantry there for Khufu. But in the meantime, this attack on the right-hand side from Voddy with these Scorpion tanks is going to be forced back because he knows the Scorpion tanks from Khufu are on the way back. Laser Capacitors is not on the way. No upgrades on the way at all for Khufu. 3 avatars out now. So the avatar transition has begun. Obviously with no laser capacitors for the Marked of Kane player, he's decided he is going to go for the avatars instead. Operations Center does get sold off there. Does leave him vulnerable to aircraft. Maybe if Vertigo bombers come out, but of course not that big a deal. I really like this combination here from Voddy. The Enlightened with the avatars are going to be really good against the army composition that Khufu has. Elite Scorpion tank, we saw that there for a split second. There's an elite Scorpion tank in that army for Khufu. Now Khufu has kept himself in this game with some really good positioning and some really good fights. But I think that fight there into that Obelisk of Light was a really bad decision. 2 bikes do get taken out there with the EMP from the Enlightened squad. No laser capacitors still. He is making a move to that 3rd field. Scorpion tanks in the north are going to continue to press, and this is the issue now for Khufu, is he's sort of boxed in the corner, and Voddy can sort of hit him from every side. Fast legs is done for the Enlightened. Are we going to see supercharge? No supercharge from Voddy. That's a bit of a mistake there. Supercharge does, I don't know how much the number is of how much it buffs the Enlightened, but I know it's quite a nice amount. And definitely worth. I mean, it's one of those upgrades as mock that you just sort of always want to get, especially versus a nod, because there's every chance they might transition into infantry. So you definitely want that supercharged particle beam if you have to try and deal with infantry. This Blackhand squad in the middle of the map is going to try and be dealt with by these stealth tanks, and it is crushed all in one go there by that stealth tank. Avatars here are being produced again. We're up to 5. Second refinery does come down. I don't know if he's placed that there because he had to, because of this, or if he's actually trying to avoid any possible 1-clicks. Are we seeing a chem plant from either player yet? Doesn't look like it. Khufu is in a bit of trouble here though, because he is running out of Tiberium, but he is going to make a move to the north side of the map, and he does have an army advantage here. Doesn't want to lead with his bikes though, needs to pull the bikes back. You don't want to be leading with your bikes. Yeah, good work, good micro there. Pulls the bikes back. We can actually see beam cannons being produced by Voddy. I imagine he's going to dual beam up his avatars, if I had to guess. Stealth tanks are still out and about. I do wonder, like, Voddy's sort of waiting around. If he moved out across the map, does he have enough to end the game? You'd probably say he does. But obviously, Khufu continuing to produce these bikes does worry Voddy that maybe if he pulls out a position for a slight moment, he could obliterate his own economy due to the bike harassment from Khufu, and he is going to try and sneak around this bottom left-hand corner side of the map, and Voddy is moving away with his Enlightened Avatar army, and in come the bikes. There is an Obelisk of Light in there, but there are no other units here to defend, and the Obelisk of Light can only take out 1 bike at a time. Redeemer Engineering Facility comes down right on the front line. 1 harvester has gone down. A second one just went down as well, but the bikes will be forced away here. And 2 harvesters have gone down. Voddy still has quite a number of harvesters. Still 4 harvesters here. He's got 2 more coming now. A 7th up there. I mean, he's got 7 harvesters. Redeemer is on the way. Refinery has been dropped a long way from the Tib field, but it is better than it being all the way down on the bottom side of the map. And Scorpion tanks on both flanks here. The Enlightened are trying to chase down the bikes. And Enlightened aren't too much slower than bikes. He does get an EMP on off 1. This power plant is probably going to dote down. He may as well just sell that. That's not going to survive for much longer. The Scorpion tanks in the north are trying to move in for Voddy, but they meet a brick wall of Khufu's Scorpion tanks, and they'll be forced to pull back. But this army down here, he's actually building militants, which actually isn't a bad idea, because avatars really struggle to kill militants. But are they going to be able to deal with the Enlightened squads? No, it does look like the Enlightened squads are going to do just fine. They're not even a single member of an Enlightened squad went down then. So this army looking really destructive here, but the Redeemer is out. But even so, a Redeemer, when you've got Enlightened on the field, can just be repetitively EMP'd. And with, I believe, a 6-second EMP on that Enlightened, you have 30 seconds worth of EMP here. And with 8 avatars, some of them are dual beam as well, and it's just the one. It's going to be tough to see what he's going to do here. But in the meantime, we can big counter-attack in the north here with the bikes and the Scorpion tanks. What a combination here. There's no bike buggy or no Scorp buggy. It's bike Scorp here from Khufu. Rage Gen obviously has gone off. That avatar does get destroyed in the Rage Gen. But Voddy's just going to move down. He can take out the tier 3 here. Oh, sell that off and you get a Blackhand squad. Oh, he's got to sell that off. No, you can sell that off, get a full Blackhand squad. That'd be really good against what's here. There it goes. Blackhand squad does come out. It's going to start shooting down, but it's already in heavy damage mode. It's lost a couple of members, and it's going to now get crushed by that avatar. I would have liked to have seen Khufu sell that off, but yeah, look at this. The attack in the north side of the base. The Redeemer's going to try and defend the main base here. All of the tech has been sold off for Voddy. Heroic Scorpion tank there for Khufu. And this main base is going to fall down. All of the tech and the power supply for Voddy has been taken out. But similarly, Voddy has done a very good job of cleaning up the backside of this base as well. So, Enlightened Ed avatars are the composition. I think it's a really good composition when you've got an opponent with very limited economy, very limited units, and one of those units being an epic. And this repetitive EMP could be very destructive against what is going on here. The Redeemer is going to get some free shots off on this avatar. No garrisons in the Redeemer just yet. Another Rage Gen does come down, and the Emp does come down. There it is, the Emp on the Redeemer. Are we going to see more Emps here from Voddy? Yes, more Emps are going to come down. He's going to now have to fight this whole army here. Avatars, Enlightened versus Scorpion tanks, bikes, rockets, and a Redeemer. The Redeemer's un-EMP'd, and all of the Enlightened have been destroyed here. And now there's nothing to kill this infantry. There is nothing here to kill this infantry. Engineer may get into the Redeemer. No, it doesn't get into the Redeemer. You wouldn't really want it to. It would have died instantly anyway. The bikes are going to come in to try and support. They're going to hit the rear armor of these avatars. And somehow, Voddy has thrown this engagement away. Khufu will hold. Stealth tanks are coming in way too late to the party. And even so, there's nothing here to deal with the infantry. And a second refinery has come down for Khufu on that expansion field. Bikes and stealth tanks trying to move through. This is just sort of a waste of money here. I mean, he is going to get some nice crushes, but he's only crushing maybe 3 squads. And now he's going to try and focus down these husks. He does focus down one husk. He gets one husk down. His cloaking field comes down. I don't know whose cloaking field that was. I mean, it must have been Voddy's, and he was trying to kill the engineer. Not too sure, but oh my god, there's a Redeemer here. That's not good for Khufu. But again, there's no flame weapon, so there's no anti-infantry yet again. No anti-infantry. Rage Gen does come off, but with no anti-infantry in this Redeemer, the Redeemer's going to probably struggle here. Venoms are coming out. Not a bad choice, but I'd like to see some buggies or even some flame tanks here. Bikes have come in and they're starting to disrupt the economy of Khufu here, but the avatars that have been captured by Khufu, which were formerly Voddy's, with the help of the infantry squads, are going to take out this Redeemer. Oh my god, not including a flame weapon in that Redeemer was a costly mistake. I think he's going to lose it. Rocket squads are fighting with this Scorpion tank and the bikes here, but the avatars, I mean, they have gone down, but they've done enough damage that the infantry should be able to finish off this Redeemer. Unupgraded infantry getting the job done for Khufu and turning the tides of this game, but the Redeemer is just going to survive for a little bit longer. But without any engineer pads and without any flame weapons in that Redeemer is gonna fall. He does clean up one more husk before he goes down. Heroic rocket squad comes out and the avatar husk will be captured. And he will have one avatar to his name, Khufu. In the meantime, what has Voddy been doing? He's re-expanded to the north. I mean, I don't think these refineries ever got destroyed, so he's just put his harvesters back on that tip field. Probably needs to make a move with his MCV to one of these 2 fields as well. But, yeah, here we go. So, continuing to build bikes. The operations center that was built has been... No, it's not. It's still there. Never mind. Venom's here also causing issues. So, Voddy, I still think, is in the better position, but he's definitely left the door open for Khufu now. That terrible engagement with all of his avatars and then throwing his Redeemer away. Not a great deal of... I don't know. It just didn't make sense. He sort of just threw his army away. Will take a small breath. I do need a breath. This game has been relatively non-stop. From the start, starting with that bike rush from Voddy. Khufu moving around with bikes. No tib core, obviously, as he hasn't been able to upgrade it. And look at this, very nice. He uses the tier 2 to crawl and build a refinery on this field. Bikes are going to try and swing in the south. There's actually no harvesters on this field, so they're not going to achieve too much. That obelisk of light still hanging around, just sort of area denying. There's an obelisk of light up here as well. Probably from earlier when the bikes were moving in. Here we go. Venoms are coming in. No supercharge still for the marked of Kane player. Would have been very helpful in that fight earlier in the game. But again, no tech lab, I think, at the moment for Voddy. These bikes are going to fight with some rocket squads here. Not really what you want to be doing. He does lose 2 bikes in the process of moving to the south. These harvesters need to get out of there. Need to run because tib core bikes, they don't mess around with the damage they can do. He's going to fight another rocket squad. Oh my god. Refinery comes down. Needs to power that down. No, he doesn't power it down. That harvester's dead. No way that harvester will survive. The bike buggy for Khufu is trying to respond, but Voddy will retreat. Although he probably could take that fight, considering he is the player with Tiberium core missiles. Oh, the bikes from Khufu are shooting at the floor. 2 of them get splashed down. And Voddy continuing to try and put on this economic damage. The bikes are continuing to win this fight. And he does move around to the right hand side. He's going to find 2 more harvesters here. These harvesters never got pulled back. And 1 harvester will go down. He's going to get both. Yeah, he will get both, you would imagine. He's got to focus it down, though. This jewel, oh, the avatar that he recaptured was the dual beam one. That harvester does go down. And all of the bikes have been destroyed as well. How many harvesters are left for Khufu? He still has 4 harvesters, so his economy is not completely in tatters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Voddy. So Voddy definitely in the better position. He's closer to getting a tier 3 up as well, I would imagine. Unless this is a tier 3 now for Khufu. Is this a tier 3 for Khufu? No, it's barracks. Ah, it was close. And again, a small pause in the action. Battle markers up there are just the Awakened squad hitting Tiberium. He really does need to get tib core, you feel, doesn't he? This dual beam avatar could also have a big factor on this game. Also, got to keep in mind, Voddy has had this Tiberium spike for this whole game pretty much, maybe from the 4 or 5 minute mark. And this is giving him $600 extra per minute, whereas, well, Voddy was captured this one on the right hand side and Khufu was forced to destroy his own spike. So, not ideal situation there. There's actually no harvesters on this field. There's only 1 here. Has he rebuilt more harvesters? Yeah, he's got 1 extra harvester. This one's in heavy damage mode. He should repair that quickly to try and speed that harvester back up. The bikes do move through the middle of the map. There's more of them down here. No buggies being mixed in by Khufu, so I don't know if that was just if that's a mistake or if it just wasn't, you know, buggies weren't mixed in. I've noticed that Khufu's the same. No buggies being mixed in. Here come the bikes. They're going to catch out these Venoms. That's really unfortunate. I'm not really sure why they were sent in a clump. If he was trying to pull off a scout, he could have just sent 1 at a time. You don't want to send them all in together. Still no supercharge on the way, but there is a Redeemer coming back out for Voddy. And look at these bikes, bro. This is such a threat for Khufu, because especially without tib core, his bikes just can't compete. He's got rocket squads here, which are obviously really good at just being annoying. I mean, yeah, you're going to fight them, but you're going to lose bikes, and then it gives time for him to get back in position. Magmines drops down. A bit of an interesting choice. I guess he saw the bikes there, and he was trying to hit the bikes, but the harvesters are actually driving through now. And Khufu needs to go back and clean them up, and he needs to get these harvesters to a war factory. I think he's already manually sent them to that war factory. Yeah, he has. He gets them repaired. In the meantime, the Redeemer is back out. Now, Khufu knows about that, and he probably wants to get his own now. Voddy needs to just not throw this one away like he threw away the last one. He's actually got signature generators, which is a very underused ability. I mean, what is going on? I can't see any of his buildings. Okay, but I think it's $100. And basically all it does is on the radar, if he clicks the ability on the Venom, on the radar for Khufu, he will see like 100 units. Like, it'll just be this massive blob. Like, you see how a Venom only on the radar takes up a dot on the map. It would be a way bigger dot. I've never actually seen it in use, but I just know that's what it does. I don't think I've ever actually seen it used. And seeing the effect of it. That's a second MCV? No, that's still his original MCV moving to the south here. He's got to be careful with that because there's a dual beam avatar sitting right here. And if he runs straight into that, that could be really bad. Stealth tanks and bikes dueling with Scorpion tanks and bikes. Tibcore again is just causing a lot of trouble for Khufu, and he needs to get it for himself. He has got his tier 3, but he's refusing to get Tibcore. I don't understand this. Alright, this MCV has diverted. Maybe he knew the avatar was there, or he just wanted to go to a more defensive position down towards the south of the map. He's looking to probably either base push or try and re-expand onto this Tiberium field. Re-establishing his economy up here. Redeemer has been rebuilt by Khufu, so the epic unit count is 1 each, as it always should be. It's very rare in a 1v1 you would see one player have more than one epic unit. I have seen it before, and it usually involves Scrin capturing another player's MCV, but Redeemer versus Redeemer here. That Redeemer does get rage gen and now is stuck moving straight into the tib field. Here come the bikes. Imagine if these bikes had tib core. Now this rage gen for Khufu is not really going to affect him too much because Voddy's Redeemer has already been targeted by all of the forces here. The bikes are going to fall back. The Redeemers are tug of warring each other right now. He's going to try and change targets onto the stealth tanks, and they do one-shot stealth tanks. The Redeemer laser does one-shot stealth tanks. There's more Venoms here. The stealth tanks are moving back in. There's an Awakened squad here. He could launch an EMP onto that Redeemer, and he does launch an EMP onto that Redeemer. I think both players may lose their Redeemer here. Actually, no, I think Voddy is going to lose his, but I don't think Khufu's will go down here. Big loss for Voddy. Khufu could just go back and fully heal that up, and Voddy again throws away an epic unit. This avatar will be in cahoots with this obelisk fighting away. Oh my god, that does a lot of damage to rear armor avatars. But another big win for Khufu there. The bikes are moving to the south of the map. And we're starting to see why this is a Hall of Fame game back in 2009. I don't think this would be a Hall of Fame game in today's standard of gameplay because of the amount of suicidal attacks both sides have made. But in 2009, this is probably an unbelievable... Oh my god, there it is. Tiberium Core Missiles is on the map. And that MCV is going to be in a lot of trouble. There's a heroic bike. Oh my god. A heroic bike on the field. He's going to focus down that barracks. He doesn't want any infantry to come out from there. He could just kill this MCV. I'm not sure why he's floundering around. Just kill the MCV. Avatar is going to try and make its way to the south to defend, but one Avatar is not going to be able to defend against this many bikes. And Khufu, I think, is suddenly in a really good position. He's got the epic unit. He's got the map control with the bike buggy. And Voddy is he is the one boxed into his corner of the map now. And look at all these bikes that are out and about, and Voddy doesn't really have anything to compete with these right now. Yeah, losing his Redeemer for free like that again. I mean, he actually, I think he only killed about 4 bikes in that fight, and he lost 2 stealth tanks, some Venoms, and a Redeemer. It was a devastatingly bad engagement for Voddy, and here we go. The bikes are going to come in here. There's 3 harvesters for the taking, and there's no way he can defend these. Voddy, I don't think he has any way to defend these. That bike is... Oh, that harvester is going to go down. 3 harvesters go down. Voddy is down to 1 harvester. Voddy has 1 harvester. And Khufu is going to stick around here and take out this refinery. I mean, realistically, he could kill this avatar. With this many bikes, you can kill an avatar easily without any issues. And yeah, he's just going to go for it. He's going to say, I don't care if you're going to kill a few bikes. I'm just going to kill your avatar. These bikes are now... He's trying to take it down. The heroic bike. The heroic bike does go... I think there's another one. Oh my god, there's another heroic bike. And there was another elite one there. Oh dear, we might see 3 heroic bikes. He's already had a heroic Scorpion tank in this game as well, Khufu. MCV moved back to the north to place a refinery in a better position. This dual beam avatar still chilling out, just area denying any bike harassment on this tib field. Khufu, I think, has suddenly put himself in a very, very good position. Still no supercharge. Oh no, he does have supercharge. Oh, it's that one. I was looking at this one. I think that's where Emp Coils goes. Tib core, supercharged particle beam. And Emp Coils would go on there if he ever upgrades it. Harvesters are being rebuilt for Voddy. He sent them back to the top of the map. He needs to probably get an MCV out and build a refinery up there. But if he wastes time building a refinery, he's going to give time for Khufu to build up more of an army. One bike ain't going to be enough to deal with that. And there's 2 more harvesters right for the taking here. He can just go for that. Why is he retreating? Oh my god. Unless he thinks there's a stealth Redeemer that's waiting for... Oh my god, another harvester's been rallied into that position as well. Another bike goes down, or another harvester goes down, sorry. Has that extra bike gone heroic? No, we've still only got the 1 heroic bike. Avatar... Oh, sorry, Redeemer. Trying to hold off, but yeah, I think this is GG, you know. I think Khufu has somehow pulled this back. I mean, a lot of really poor engagements from Voddy have led to this, because Voddy was definitely in a commanding position early in the game, and then that engagement right here, where all of this damage on the ground has taken place with the Avatars and the Enlightened, turned the game completely. And then the follow-up of the Redeemer walking into its death, it was just a disaster, and I think Khufu, this army of bike avatar infantry is probably enough to end the game completely. Again, bikes are trying to make a move here for Voddy out and around, but there's just too much bike presence on the map for Khufu, and Voddy can't get in to do any economic damage. And yeah, Voddy calls it quits. Khufu does get the W. And, well, there you go. I mean, Voddy, I feel like it was a bit of a throw. Like, I don't want to say that because it's a Hall of Fame game. 31 minutes long, so an absolute stunning game there. You don't get 31-minute games too often. And look at that. Look at Voddy's economy. He was ahead the whole time. I'll tell you what, boys. I feel like Voddy has let that one slip, but... I mean, it was over 13 years ago now, so I'm sure he's well and truly over it. I'm sure he doesn't think about this game in his sleep. But, there you go. So, best friend ever, aka Khufu, does take this Hall of Fame game. This is, for as far as I could tell, the most wubbed game on game replays for Kane's Wrath. So, this is the best of the best Kane's Wrath game, according to the Hall of Fame. Is it the best of the best Kane's Wrath game? I think everyone knows that it's definitely not. Because modern day game... some of the modern day games are just much better, but obviously the popularity means you aren't going to get 145 wubbs on it. But I don't want to take it away. This was a cracking game, and 2009 Mock versus Nod did not disappoint. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast, and I will catch you in another video very soon.